In this particular class, we will discuss about the methods of communication. Fine. Okay. So let us see about what is actually the different methods of communication. All right. So the thing is that communication is a process which involves sharing of information, opinions, ideas, and beliefs between two or more persons through a continuous activity of speaking. There are several methods of communication. Okay, we are having the verbal communication, we are having the non-verbal. Okay, verbal means face to face, telephone. Okay, non-verbal is body language. We can have some hand gesture or some other things. Written means books or magazines, email, etc. And visualization means graphs and charts or maps. So these are the different types of communications that we can have. Okay, so first of all, we are coming to the oral communication. What is oral communication? Takes place in face-to-face conversation, group discussion, telephone calls, and other circumstances in which spoken word is used to express meaning. All right. It is the most common medium of communication. It refers to spoken words being used to convey a message. Effective oral communication is a two-way process and involves both speaking and listening. Oral communication can be done either by using mechanical devices like telephone, loudspeaker, tape recorder, or face-to-face interactions. Okay, more formal ways are include presentation as business meeting, class routine, class lecture teaching, communication speeches, and any other kind of oral lecture or something like that, narration you can say. So that is actually the oral communication. Okay, so now how to improve your communication skills? So here are the 5 factors are there. That is speech, vocabulary, rhythm, tone, and pitch of your tone. Actually, that is the thing. So speech is the act of delivering a formal oral communication to an intended audience. Okay, clarity is essential and is needed most while communicating with anyone. Vocabulary means your stock of words. Competency of effective communication is judged by the correct usage of words. Okay, if one is not sure of how to use a word, one should avoid using it. It can be improved by reading new words daily. Consult a dictionary to learn how to pronounce a new word also. Okay, rhythm is another factor. It is actually the intonation, primarily a variation in the pitch level of the voice with which one speaks. One should maintain a rhythm to express one's attitude and the different arrays of emotions such as surprise, happiness, irritation, etc. And what is tone? Words derive their power from the way they are spoken. The tone of the speaker helps to create an impact of the listeners. It reflects the attitude and emotions of the speaker. And finally, pitch. It refers to the loudness or softness of a speaker's voice. One should always speak in a clear, slow, and conversational tone in order to be an effective communicator. Okay, however, one should only speak louder while addressing large group or across large spaces. That is also there. Fine. So these are the different types of written communications that can be made: emails, memos, employee manuals, faxes, instant messaging, letter writing, everything. Okay, that is the thing. So written communication means communicating through written words. Writing is more valid and reliable than speech. Effective writing involves a careful choice of words, okay, correct organizations of words, a sentence, as well as the cohesive composition of sentences. All right, so what is cohesive composition? Means like that the words will support another word properly. That is actually called cohesive composition. All right, written communication is extensively used for official purposes, as it creates a permanent record of evidence and can be saved for later use also. It enables receivers to make more time in reviewing the message and providing proper feedback. Different forms of written communication include letters, reports, circulars, questionnaires, manuals, etc. All right, that is the thing. So that is actually the written communication, the best formal way to present some subject or some matters or such other things. Clear? Okay, so here you can see the verbal and written communication skills. Okay, that what are the things to be done. Okay, tips to improve verbal communication skills. Okay, think before you speak, be clear and concise, speak with confidence, vary your vocal tone, and be a good listener. Be aware of your non-verbal communication skills. Think about perspective of your audience. These are the points you need to remember. What kind of audience do you have in front? That has to be judged first, and accordingly you will use your vocabulary. Your tonal quality will be like that. Okay, and your rhythmic sense also will be is a very important factor. Okay, tips to improve written communication skill: know your goal and state it clearly. Use the correct tone for your purpose. Okay, correct tone for your purpose. In fact, correct words also you can say. Keep language simple, stay on the topic and keep it concise. Use active voice, that is also another factor. Have someone proofread your writing, someone should check your writing. Also you can give it also it can be given to somebody in order to check it further. Also a person should be a skillful one, definitely. Okay, that is the thing. Now the thing is that tips to improve oral communications. Okay, that we are talking about the tonal quality and all. So that is always read out loud, make audio video, okay, of your content, recording of reading. Okay, audio video recording of reading. People should show interest when you talk. Participate in activities which involve public speaking. So these are the certain points that you can follow in order to improve your oral communication. So always maintain clarity whenever you are speaking with someone. It is actually a two-way communication. Okay, so one-way communication is not proper for such kind of oral communication. That is the things. So these are the different types of verbal communications. We are talking about public communication, small group communication, intrapersonal communication and interpersonal communication. So I am coming to the intrapersonal communication. Public communication means you are addressing a speech, or you are addressing a class, or you are addressing some lecture to a huge audience, like that. And small group communication, suppose you are having a short meeting inside your home, inside your room, like that. Okay, so intrapersonal communication means this form of communication is extremely private. It is undertaken to reflect upon or appreciate something. It includes the silent conversation we have with ourselves. Okay, and we simultaneously switch roles between a sender and a receiver. Sometimes I will become the sender, sometimes another person will become the sender, I will be the receiver. In that way, this type of communication occurs when we consciously appreciate something beautiful, rehearse a message intended for others, or write a diary or a personal journal. Okay, in this form actually communication, it is, remember, it is extremely private. Okay, and intrapersonal communication is, in this form of communication, information is exchanged between two individuals. To communicate effectively, the two individuals involved interchange their roles of sender and receiver repeatedly. It is the most common type of communication which occurs when we talk with our friends, family or relations. It can be categorized further based on the number of participants. That is also very important for this interpersonal communication. All right. Now the functions of verbal communication. What is verbal communication? It satisfies basic functions such as describing ideas, making requests and solving problems. Okay, so now let us see once what is actually the verbal communication. These are all actually the verbal communications only. It is the most popular means of sharing information or ideas. People use words to exchange thoughts, feelings and ideas with others. Since language is the most important tool of verbal communication, mastering linguistic skills means the fluency in a particular language to be developed, and it is essential for effective verbal communications. And two primary mediums of verbal communications are oral and written communication, which we had already discussed. Okay, so here the three key points are there in order to three functions are there, that is describing ideas, making requests and solving problems. Okay, verbal communication shapes attitudes towards others and ourselves also. That is the thing. Clear? Now coming to the non-verbal communications, you can see here the images, facial expressions, eye contact, body movements, touch, gesture, everything. Okay, non-verbal communication is the transmission of messages or signals through a non-verbal platform such as eye contact, facial expressions, gesture, posture and the distance between the two individuals. Okay, that is actually the non-verbal communication. You know, what are its functions? We use non-verbal communication to emphasize on verbal communication. For example, a head nod or a head shake reinstates the verbal message of yes or no. If your mother asks you whether you want to eat breakfast, you might verbally say yes, and at the same time you can nod your head. All right, we use non-verbal communication to replace verbal communication using behaviors that are easily recognized by others, such as a wave, a head nod or a head shake. For example, if someone asks you a question, instead of verbal yes, you may choose to nod your head only. Okay, sometimes you will see the traffic police also raise their hand. That's a hand gesture in order to restrict the traffic from movement. Okay, they can stop the traffic onto a certain point, and they can allow some emergency services and all. They always use the hand gesture. That's a good example. Okay, complementing is one of the good behavior. Normal behavior adds up the meaning of a statement if it is consistent with verbal message. Okay, and repeating the message conveyed by the verbal communication may be repeated by non-verbal. Okay, that is the thing. And substituting non-verbal symbols may replace a verbal message, especially when one refuses to communicate verbally. Okay, suppose you want to deliver something where you cannot speak. Okay, so you have to send the message by some sign language. Okay, so you can use the non-verbal communication over there. Okay, so here you can some points you can see the valid points to complement and illustrative, reinforce and accentuate, replace and substitute, to control and regulate, or to contradict sometimes. Okay, the non-verbal communications can be used. Okay, so now the visual communications. This is one of the most important mode of communications. You know, the conveyance of ideas and information in forms that can be seen through the eye is referred to as visual communication. That is the best definition. Okay, the conveyance of ideas and information in forms that can be seen through the eye is referred to as visual communication. Alright, so visual communication is the most effective way of passing information, as the human mind processes images very quickly. Therefore, verbal communication can be made effective and more meaningful by using visual aids such as signs, graphic designs, graphs, diagrams, films, posters, books, typography, screen-based media, maps, charts, etc. Okay, clear. If a speaker is giving a talk to wants to talk to a particular subject and all, if it can be presented by using the images and other notes that is visually clear, okay, and visually presentable, then it will be most suitable things may happen. All right, that is the thing. So that is what actually the visual communication says. Visual communication is a process of sending and receiving messages and communications of ideas through visual images. These are the two vital points, and the most benefited is the www, as users are accessing the same form across the globe. All right, that is the thing. So nowadays internet also can be used, okay, in order to do the visual communication sometimes. Okay, that is the thing. Clear? So all these things that we had discussed today, okay, so that are available in your textbook also. Kindly go through the notes and all. So these are the different points you must remember. Okay, and it should be learned very nicely in order to improve your skill in the field of communication nicely. Okay, all right, that is the things. And also remember this mind whenever you are preparing a presentation. Okay, in order to carry out the visual communication, you must structure it, prompt it, visual aids, voice, appearance, style, questions, all to be prepared properly. Okay, that is the thing. Clear? So in this way you will be able to do the things fine. All right, that is the thing. So at last, thank you very much, and stay home and stay safe. Thank you.